Hello Bon Bakers and welcome back to my channel. You're with Nicole and today we are going to be making a beautiful red velvet cake. It's coming up to Valentine's Day and I wanted to do something a little bit indulgent, something that's red and delicious. So that is what we are making today. I can't wait to get started. Let's get to it. Red velvet cake is one of those ones that I always think, I wonder why I haven't made this more frequently. It's such a delicious cake and it really has that wow factor. The red is just so beautiful paired with the cream cheese frosting and it's just such a beautiful cake. So today I really wanted to share this one with you because for Valentine's it will look so pretty, and if you do have someone to impress, I think it's the perfect cake. Let me show you the ingredients that you are gonna need. Over here we have some self-raising cake flour, and I have a video about how to make your own if you don't have any yourself at home. Then over here is some cocoa, and then those are the dry ingredients. For the wet ingredients we've got eggs, we've got butter, we've got buttermilk, we've got red food coloring. Here is some vinegar, here is some vanilla, and then I've got caster sugar and some oil. I will leave the quantities in the description box below for you, but for the full recipe to download and print, head to lebonbaker.com. For the cream cheese frosting that we're going to be using on this cake, I whipped some up earlier for this video. However, I do have a step-by-step video and recipe for how to make the world's best cream cheese frosting. So I'll leave that in the description box for you, and make sure you check out that video because you don't want to miss out on one of the best parts of the cake. A couple of other things that you're gonna need. I have over here a wooden spoon, a whisk, and then I have two mixing bowls. One is a smaller one, one's a bit bigger. And then I also have two cake tins, which I have prepared over here. Now, I have done two because I have the two of the same size cake tins, and we're going to layer this cake so it's going to be stacked. So if you don't have two cake tins, it's okay. One is fine as well. You just need to cook it for a bit longer, and then once the cake has cooled completely, you will need to slice it in half to do the two layers. But today I'm doing two, and all you need to do is put a little bit of parchment paper on the bottom of your cake tin like I've done here, and then just coat the outside with either a little bit of butter or oil. Two more things, I also have electric hand beaters, which I'll be using soon, and also you will need to turn on your oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit. I'm just going to move my cake tins off to the side here a little bit, and I'm going to grab my smaller mixing bowl here, and in this one I'm just going to add my flour and the cocoa and then give it a whisk. We want to whisk these dry ingredients just to make sure that all of the different things in the bowl are evenly distributed, and giving it that little whisk really does help. Okay, that looks great. So now it's time to grab your sugar, your butter, and we're going to start to cream that, and grab your eggs too because you'll need them soon. Right, I've got my medium-sized mixing bowl here, and in goes the sugar. And then the butter. And we'll give it a nice beat. And we're just going to beat this until it's well combined. Now it's time to add our eggs, and I'm going to do them one at a time. One at a time, so add an egg, beat, add the other one, and then beat. And we're going to do that until the mixture is nice and smooth. just going to quickly scrape down the sides and then just beat it a little bit more, and this is looking beautiful and silky smooth, so it won't need much longer at all. Now it's time to add all of the remaining wet ingredients. So we have the oil, the buttermilk, the vanilla, the vinegar, and of course the red food coloring. So let's go ahead and add that now, and then we're going to start beating until it's combined and smooth. Looks like a bit of a mess at the moment, but it's going to be good. And just start it off beating on slow so you don't splatter the red anywhere. Somehow I managed to do exactly what I told you not to do, and I have red everywhere. So don't do this at home, people. Our little zebra here managed to come out unscathed. We are going to take 2 and try that one again. So start on slow this time. Now that that is all well combined and smooth, we're going to add in our dry here, and you can beat yours if you like, but I like to fold mine in just because if you do end up overbeating it, it's gonna make your cake a little bit dry and not as spongy and light and fluffy as what you'd like. So folding it in until all the ingredients are combined, I reckon, is the best way. Now I have folded in the dry ingredients with the wet, and I'm going to give it a little bit of an electric hand beat just to mix it that last little bit so it's perfectly smooth, but be careful not to overmix. Look how beautiful and velvety this looks already. It's absolutely gorgeous, and that beautiful red is coming through. Going to be stunning. A beautiful Valentine's red. Now if you are doing the 2 individual cakes like I am, it's time to divide the batter, and if you don't have scales at home, you can just estimate or use some scoops to try and get the same amount. Today I'm going to be using a scale though, so I've just set mine up here. I've got the scale underneath with a flat piece on top so that my cake tin can sit there and I can weigh it out, and then I'll swap them. But as well, if you only are using one, just all of it needs to go in the one cake tin. Before they go into the oven, all that you need to do is give them a bit of a whack and make sure that all that beautiful red batter is nice and evenly dispersed. Do the other one as well, and this will just help it to bake nice and evenly as well. And then you can lick the bowl because it's so irresistible. Oh, I love cake batter. Oh, this is a good one. Really, really good. Okay. Cake's into the oven now. Off you go. Those little babies are going to bake now in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. And we're going to also rotate and swap them around halfway because we've got 2 cakes in the oven. Your oven always has different hot spots, so making sure you do that rotate and changing the position will help cook your cake more evenly. And while your cakes are cooking, try not to eat all of the batter. While we are waiting for our little cakes to cook, I thought it would be a great time to share with you a beautiful quote that I read recently and I thought that you might like as well. This one is, "It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default." And that is a quote from J.K. Rowling. I love that quote because it really does mean get out there, try your best, you've got nothing to lose, and if you fail, it's okay. There will always be another day, another opportunity for you to shine your light. Guys, don't forget as well, please give me a thumbs up if you like this video and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel for all your tips, tricks, and recipes for the home baker. And leave me a comment. I love to see your comments come in. They really do make my day. And I have a new video coming out every single week, so hit that bell. The smell wafting through the kitchen is incredible. I wish that you could smell this, and I can't wait till you do when you make this yourself. But I think that the cakes are ready, so I'm gonna bring them out now, give them a little test and see if they are. Ooh, oh, so pretty. Look how beautiful they look. Ah, this red is amazing. Okay, so cake test, does it bounce back? Yes. 2 from 2, and one more little check. Just insert your skewer. Does it come out clean? Yes. We're in action. So my cakes were in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes, so not long at all. Make sure you do keep an eye on yours, and I did check and rotate mine halfway as well. And now we've just got to wait. We've got to wait for them to cool. If you have already prepared your cream cheese frosting, bring it out of the fridge. And if you're going to make yours, now is a good time to make a start while this is all happening. And I did say earlier, I have a video about how to make cream cheese frosting. It's a step-by-step guide, amazing recipe, and make sure you do check that out for the frosting for this cake because it's ridiculous. All right, my bomb bakers, now it's time to ice these little babies. They are completely cooled. So out of the tins they come, and they look beautiful. So pretty already. Yes, perfect. And I'm gonna put this on a plate, and I've got my cream cheese frosting here ready to go. I've just grabbed a cake decorating spatula, a little ice cream scoopy scoop, and I think that's all I need. So let's start decorating. Put this up here so it's nice and close. And I'm just going to place this here and gently slide it off. That looks good. And then just center it as best you can. Perfect. All right, grab a couple more bits of this cream cheese and give it a good mix and make sure it's looking beautiful and silky smooth and easy to work with. So you want to make sure the texture's nice, just like this, and that looks great. Love cream cheese frosting. It's definitely my favorite frosting. Good to start with. So I like to start from the center and push out the cream cheese icing so it's nice and even, and work my way around to the sides. And then once it starts to spill over the sides, then I start to work my way around that area. So that looks pretty good. And I'll just show you quickly how I'm holding my spatula. So I like to hold my finger here quite firmly on the actual stainless steel part, and then wrap my hands around the side so you've got a nice firm grip, and then you can start working your way around the cake. And it doesn't matter if it's messy to begin with, that's completely fine, because the cream cheese frosting is really easy to work with, and this is just going to be a crumb coat anyway. Time for this one to go on top, and usually I would just do the icing on the center layer first, then put the top piece on, and then do the frosting all over the cake. But because of my the sides of the plate that I'm using here, I've just decided to do that bottom section first, and I'll go back over it later once I have every part of the cake on board. Get him nice and even. Time for more icing. And usually when you do double tiered or 2-layered cakes, they end up nice and tall because of the extra frosting that you've got in the center, and this will be really impressive for your Valentine. Now don't forget, as I said, this layer here doesn't need to be perfect because we are going to put another one on top. This one we just want to make sure that the cake is coated in the cream cheese frosting, then we'll put it in the fridge to set, and then we'll go back and decorate it properly. Just finishing off with the top layer here. And then it's time to eat this beautiful red velvet cake. This cream cheese just glides on, it's so glossy. It's amazing. Okay, and then once this layer is on, I like to just give it a quick tidy up on the sides, get rid of all of the excess, and then we can start to do a little pattern. Now I have covered mine with the cream cheese frosting. You can do a naked cake if you are inclined to do that, with just a bit of frosting around it, or like a semi-naked cake. That would look beautiful too, because the main feature obviously is the red, but once we cut this, it's gonna look absolutely beautiful. And for this, I'm just going to go around, do some nice rustic swoops so that it looks beautiful and homemade, and then we can cut in and enjoy. Oh my gosh, we get to eat this. How awesome. This is the best part. I'm so ready. Let's eat. Oh, you can see that red coming through already. How pretty is this? Ah, gorgeous. Oh, now that is a piece of work, and I think we have done so well. You guys are gonna love this recipe. Perfection. Red velvet perfection. Let's eat. I love my job. Oh. This is an insane cake. The cocoa comes through, so you get like a little bit of the chocolate cake, but you're like, is it chocolate because it's red? And then the cream cheese is so silky smooth. It's just the perfect pairing. You guys are gonna love this cake. Happy Valentine's! Valentine's Day or not, this cake is so good. I'm gonna say it's the bomb. So addictive. Thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen today and being here. I truly do hope that you love this recipe and get to make it for yourself. And I've got a bit more work to do here. I need to keep eating this piece here and maybe a little bit more. Maybe, if I feel like sharing. I'll see you back here, guys, next week. Bye. What should I do? What should I do? Oh no. Oh no. Stop filming. Ah, crap. Okay, all right, I'll get it together. Oh, stop it. Guys, don't forget. Okay, go again.